Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for the Tigers is Dave Rozema, whose record is 0-0 with a 6.75 ERA. And pitching for the White Sox today is Ken Kravec, whose record is 1-1 with a 4.01 ERA. And so yesterday was a real bummer. We lost 7-0 in the opening game of the three-game series against the White Sox. We had just come off of the three-game sweep at Baltimore, and we made a trade for Rickey Henderson, and I thought we were going to be electrified by that, and we were just completely shut down by John Matlick. And so it's very frustrating. If this continues, I'm probably going to start losing my mind, as we couldn't get anybody out in this 18-2 game. And really, there was like a 5-run inning in this game, I believe, and we couldn't get anyone out there either. So hopefully we can play a little bit better today against the White Sox and Ken Kravec. Let's go ahead and get this game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and subscribe. If you're new to this, we are replaying the 1981 season. Of course, it is a strike-shortened season, so we're only playing 110 games. And we've been playing so poorly. You know, I'm thinking of the old adage in which they say you can't win the World Series in April, but you sure as hell can lose it. And I think we're on that path. And if that happens, we're going to have a fire sale because we have a lot of players who are going to free agency. So Dave Rozema on the mound today. Our bullpen is all available except for Bob Stanley, who pitched really well yesterday, surprisingly. Because we've had 2 games off this week, as you can see, other than Milt Wilcox, who started yesterday's game, everyone is healthy and ready to go. So we may skip Jerry Uger, put him in relief if we need him, and then just go from Petrie back to Morris. Okay? So that's kind of something I was thinking about. And here we are with Ken Kravec, who is a lefty. And so we have, well, I would say this is our lineup versus lefties, but I did switch it up a little bit. I put Marty Castillo at third base. And we got Thompson back in there, even though he does not hit lefties well. And we put Gibby in there. So this is almost a semblance of what our lineup would look like every day, with the exception of Kemp and Gross having the day off to try to get their act together. So let's go ahead and do the Tigers lineup rundown, and then we will tell you a little bit about Ken Kravec. Oh, also, as you can see, we have the Tigers baseball cards created for the new players, Rickey Henderson and Bob Lacey. And also that Jerry Uger card is also brand new. So, all right, so here we go. Lineup rundown for the Tigers today. Batting leadoff and playing center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and DHing is Barry Bonnell. Batting seventh and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting eighth and at third base is Marty Castillo. And batting ninth at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. And on the mound for the Sox is Ken Kravec. Ken Kravec, he was a third-round draft pick in 1973 out of Ashland University, which is a suburb of Cleveland. And not a lot of really deep information about Ken Kravec. He did lead the American League twice in hit by pitches in 1978 and 1979, as you can see here. So he is kind of wild. You can see how many walks he gave up in these 3 seasons here. In 1981, so this year that we're currently playing, he was actually traded in March before the season started to the Cubs in return for Dennis Lamp. I love Lamp. And he's most famous for two things. One is in 1979, he was slated to start the second game of a doubleheader versus Detroit at Comiskey Park. And as you might remember, that was Disco Demolition Night, in which that second game was forfeited by the White Sox due to the rioting on the field and the exploding of all the disco albums. So he was actually supposed to start that game, and he did not. Also, on a sad note, he was the last pitcher to ever face Thurman Munson. That was on August 1st. And the next day, Thurman Munson died in that plane crash in Ohio. And so, just a couple interesting notes there on Ken Kravik. So let's go ahead and get the game started. Here is Rickey Henderson. He went 0 for 3 with a walk in his first start. And there we go. That's what I expect out of Rickey Henderson. We have a home run to left center field. Ken Kravik put it right in the left zone. And Henderson hit it 418 feet. So that's what I want. 1-0 Detroit. And next up is Alan Trammell, who gets a base hit to center field. Who's in center field for the White Sox? Terrible defensively. It looks like that's Junior Moore. Okay, so runner on first. Here's Kirk Gibson. He had a couple days off. We're going to hit and run with Gibby. And Gibson hits a ground ball to first. Squires makes the play, and Trammell takes second. So runner on second for Parrish. And Parrish hits a ground ball to second base. And he's tossed out at first as Trammell advances to third. It's going to leave it up to Gary Hancock to drive that run in from third base. And he hits a ground ball right to second base. All three outs were to Benny Trio at second. But we'll take that 1-0 lead on the home run by Henderson. His fourth on the year, first as a Tiger, first hit as a Tiger. And let's go ahead and go down the Chicago White Sox lineup here. Batting leadoff and playing third base is Joe Gates. Batting second and at first base is Mike Squires. Batting third and at DH is Henry Cruz. Batting cleanup and doing the catching today is Marv Foley. Batting fifth and in left field is Ron Pruitt. Batting sixth and in right field is Rusty Kuntz. Batting seventh and in center field is Junior Moore. Batting eighth and at shortstop is Fran Mullins. And batting ninth at second base is Manny Trio. And on the mound for the Tigers is Dave Rozema. He is not off to a good start. It's his fourth start of the year. He previously pitched 7 innings against Seattle. Got the no decision. He did pitch a little bit better, I guess, only giving up 3 runs and striking out 6. He is not a strikeout pitcher, but so that was a kind of an unusual game for him. So let's see if he's got some magic today. Joe Gates will be leading off, and Gates hits a fly ball into right center field. And the play is made by Gary Hancock, so 1 down. Next up is Mike Squires, 4 for 8 against Rozema in his career. And Rozema gets Squires to pop it up onto the outfield grass by second base. And Whitaker makes the play. So 2 down. Here's Henry Cruz batting in the 3-hole today. And Cruz hits a ground ball to JT. And Thompson steps on the bag. And 1-2-3 inning for Rozema. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 Detroit. Here's Barry Bonnell leading off the inning. He's platooning mostly with Gibson at DH. And since the lefty is on the mound today, he's playing. He hits a ground ball to second. That's 4 ground balls in a row to second base for outs. And unfortunately, Thompson breaks that up by striking out looking. So that'll bring up Marty Castillo playing third base today. He was at first yesterday, making his first start of the year. And he pulls it to left on a line, and that's going to be caught by Pruitt for the third out. So we go to the bottom of the second. Marv Foley leading off. He's got a home run against Rozema this year. Foley took the day off yesterday as Bruce Kim played, and Foley hits a ground ball to Trammell. There's 1 down. Next up is Ron Pruitt, and Pruitt gets the first hit for the Sox, base hit to left. So Pruitt stands on first base as Rusty Kuntz steps in. Kuntz had 3 doubles in yesterday's game. And here he hits a ground ball to short. Taylor-made double play. Yes. So we go to the top of the third. 1-0 Detroit. Sweet Lou now batting the ninth spot now that we have Henderson. He's been struggling anyway as he hits a line drive to center field. It's going to be caught by Junior Moore. Next up, we're back to the top of the lineup with Rickey Henderson. Had that long ball in the first inning to lead off the game. Oh, he comes back and Kravec drills him in the knee. And you know what that means, folks. We didn't get Rickey Henderson for his power. We got him to steal every base that he possibly can. And they pitch out. Henderson's safe, as he should be. So 1 down. We're going to give Trammell a chance to drive him in. Excuse me. As Trammell hits a fly ball to deep right field. It falls short of the warning track. Henderson tags up and is standing on third. So Henderson on third, 2 down. Here's Gibby. Gibby does not have a hit versus lefties this year. And he strikes out swinging. So we strand Henderson on third base. And we go to the bottom of the third. Junior Moore leading off. So if Junior Moore is not a center fielder, where does he play? He is a left fielder, and he's making his season debut. So we need to get a card made for him. So I'll send that along to Jeremy after the game today. And Moore popping it up onto the outfield grass at second base. Lou Whitaker makes the play. Next up is Fran Mullins. And Mullins strikes out swinging. That's the first K for Rozema. And that'll leave it up to Manny Trio. And Trio hits a ground ball right to Sweet Lou. And he makes the play. We go to the top of the fourth. Still 1-0. Lance Parrish leading off against Kravik. And he rips it to right off the wall. And Parrish has himself a double. Third hit for Detroit. We're going to have Gary Hancock try to pull the ball. And he does a good job of that. That should get Parrish to third. It does. And now it's up to Barry Bonnell with 1 down to drive Parrish in. Oh, he hits it to the wrong bag. Oh, it scores anyway. Okay, well that was, I guess Parrish had some heads-up base running there. So an RBI for Bonnell. And it's 2-0 Detroit. Next up is Jason Thompson, and he hits a ground ball to second, and that ends the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the fourth. Rozema has faced the minimum number of batters so far. And as I say that, Joe Gates hits a fly ball into left field, and it falls in for a base hit. So the speedy Gates is on first base. And Mike Squires hits a ground ball to short. Can we turn 2 again? We do. Wow. So the defense is stepping up in today's game as Taylor-made double play gets us the first 2 outs, and then Cruz steps in, and he gets a base hit to left field. So that's 3 hits against Rozema. So that'll bring up Marv Foley, and Rozema walks Foley. So that'll bring up the go-ahead run to the plate. That's Ron Pruitt. And Pruitt hits a ground ball to Sweet Lou, and we get out of the inning. So the Sox strand 2, and it's 2-0, top of the 5th. Here's Marty Castillo. Castillo, oh, I thought that was going to be a base hit through the infield. Instead, it's a line out to second base. Kravik at 68 pitches, 72 now, with Sweet Lou, who he strikes out. That's the third K for Kravik. And we're back to Rickey Henderson. A home run, hit by pitch, stolen base. And he hits a ground ball to short, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And Rusty Kuntz leading off. Kuntz hits a ground ball to Whitaker. Tosses him out, 1 down. Next up is Junior Moore. And Junior hits a ground ball to Thompson, and he boots it. So Thompson, gold glove winner last year. I believe that's his second error already. And here we go, base hit by Mullins to left. Moore advances to third base. And we're going to be hoping for a double play. I'm going to keep the infield back. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to pull the third baseman in. He can go home if it's hit to him or hold the runner. Otherwise, we're going to try to turn 2. Oh, boy. Base hit to left. And Moore scores. Oh, that's just a line drive out. Okay, so that is a sac fly. And Trio gets an RBI on that. Mullins at first with 2 down. 2-1, Detroit. And next up is Joe Gates, and he hits a long fly ball. Caught right at the wall by Gary Hancock. That just completely died. I guess the wind's blowing in from right because that looked like it was gone. Let's go flip it over into the in-game stats. Player of the game so far definitely for Detroit would be Henderson, although we have to give Rozema a little bit of credit. As Trammell steps in, he's 1 for 2 on the day. 2 for 7 with a home run against Kravik. He has a base hit to left. Or wait, maybe not. Yeah, it gets down. So, a runner on first. That's Trammell. And we're going to let Gibby swing away for once. Oh, and he walks. Okay, so we got some speed on the base pass. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Kravik at 84 pitches. Lance Parrish steps in, and he strikes out swinging. So, a missed opportunity. Next up is Hancock. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And he strikes out on a pitch that was way outside. All right, so tough spot here as we don't want to strand these base runners. There's Bunnell, who had an RBI in his last plate appearance. And Kravik walks Bunnell. Bases are loaded for JT. You can see the gold glove right here. So yeah, 2 walks, 5 Ks for Kravik as he's close to 100 pitches. Oh, and he walks in a run with Thompson, and that's going to do it for Kravik. They're yanking him out. It's 3-1. They're going to bring in the righty Mike Prowley. This is his 5th game. He's 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA. 5 walks with only 2 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .214. So not great. He did have a save last year for the White Sox. And, okay, so we have Castillo, and we have a lot of lefties on the bat. So we're gonna let Castillo swing away. If we were down, I would probably pinch hit, bring in a lefty. Oh, that was a good move on my part. Base hit to right by Castillo. 1 run in. And, oh, man. You know what? We're up by 3. Yes! Oh, Bunnell's out at home. Kuntz always... For whatever reason, Kuntz has a laser arm against us. And so we run ourselves out of the inning as we're trying to be a little overly aggressive. We go to the bottom of the sixth, and it's 4-1. So we have these three lefties here. We're going to keep a close watch on Rozema at this point, as Squires leads off the inning by grounding out to Whitaker as one down. Next up is Henry Cruz, and Cruz grounds out to first. It's going to leave it up to Marv Foley. And wow, Rozema strikes out Foley. So we go into the top of the seventh, a 1-2-3 inning, and Rozema looking pretty strong. So here we go for Sweet Lou. He's 0 for 3 against Prowley, but he's looking forward to a right-hander as he grounds out to third. There's one down. And we're back to Rickey. Rickey is 1 for 2 against Prowley. And he hits a ground ball to short. And he's thrown out. There's 2 down. That'll leave it up to Trammell, batting .370 this year against righties. And Trammell pops it up to Trio. And that'll be it for the inning. So we go to the bottom of the seventh. And now Rozema will definitely be on a short leash. He's had 89 pitches. And he's going to be facing some batters that do some damage to him. Yeah, there we go. He walks Pruitt. We're going to give him one more chance here, as he's now currently listed as tired. We're going to guard the lines. Try to prevent an extra base hit. And there's a base hit to right. So that's it. Rozema pitched well. Maybe he might be in trouble here. I would like to bring in, you know what? We're going to bring in Roger Weaver. Let me show you a little something about Roger Weaver. He was a rookie last year for us, and he pitched 71 games. He was 5-1, 3.56 ERA, 68 innings pitched, more walks than strikeouts, but opponents only batted .239 against him. And you're probably saying, well, why wasn't he brought up when the season started? And that was because there were so many other pitchers that did better than him in spring training. It just kind of felt like that was the right decision. As Junior Moore gets a base hit to center field, and it's 4-2. So the tying run is at first base with Fran Mullins stepping in, and he strikes out looking. There's the first out. So now we're going to pull the runner, the third baseman in, and see if Weaver can get a double play, perhaps. That's going to work. That's going to be a pop-up on the first base side. And the play is made by Parrish. And now we have this run of lefties. So we're going to take out Roger Weaver. Wow. And we're going to bring in Pat Underwood. So Gates is 1 for 2 against Underwood. And just real quick, I'm sure people want to see, wow, this is his 11th game out of the 19 that we've played. But he's been pretty strong. Opponents are batting .190 against him. And let's see if he can dig us out of this hole. As Gates hits a high fly ball to left field. Gibson should have it. And he does. And we go to the 8th. It's 4-2 now. And Gibby, batting .349 versus righties, steps in. And he hits a fly ball to center field. And Junior Moore does make the play. So one down for Parrish. Parrish hits a ground ball to second. A lot of ground balls to Manny Trio. That'll leave it up to Gary Hancock. He's in a little bit of a slump as he gets a base hit to left. And he is now 1 for 4 on the day. And we're definitely not going to let Bunnell bat against Prowley. We are going to bring in Wayne Gross. And Gross, who we got from the A's in the offseason, has a chance to be a hero, and there it is. He deposits it into the right center field bleachers, and it's 6-2. So a pinch hit home run by Wayne Gross. I believe that is his second on the year. Nope, that's his first. I guess I should have known that. And his first as a Tiger. So with 2 down, here's Jason Thompson stepping in, and Thompson hits a ground ball to short, and that'll do it for the Tigers in the top half of the 8th. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and we're going to keep Underwood in there to face these next 3 lefties. Mike Squires will lead off the inning. He strikes out. 1 down. Next up, Henry Cruz does not have a hit versus lefties, but he did walk, and now we have a runner on first. For Mar Foley, also does not have a hit against a lefty. And Cruz steals second base, which is a risky move by the White Sox, down 4. Foley hits a ground ball to second. And that's going to be it for Underwood. We're going to bring in Jerry Uger, making his major league debut. He will be our number 5 starter, but we're not going to need him for another round of the rotation. And so we're going to bring him in, give him a shot. Yep, we're going to do that. And we'll see what Uger's got here. Ron Pruitt with a runner on third. And Uger pops it up. Trammell makes the play, and we go to the 9th inning. It's 6-2. And the Sox are bringing in Dewey Robinson. He was a part-time closer last year. He had 57 games pitched, and he had 11 saves, 11 out of 18. Not great. Lost that job. And he's 0-2 on this season. Opponent's only batting .242, but he's walked 5 in 7 innings. So, we left Marty Castillo in there, and he came through with an RBI, so we're going to let him hit this righty. And he grounds out to second base. So, 1 down. Back to Lou Whitaker. He's 0 for 3 on the day, and he strikes out for the second time. So, Whitaker, we might have to give him a day off tomorrow. So we're back up to Rickey Henderson. He's only faced Dewey twice and struck out both times. And this time he walks. Now we're up 4, and if Henderson were to attempt a stolen base, he would probably get it in the ear hole tomorrow. So we let Trammell swing away, and he hits a ground ball to first, and that'll end the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the 9th. We're up 4. All righties. We're going to let Uger try to wrap this game up for us. Kuntz starts it off with a ground ball to Whitaker. There's 1 out. Next up is Junior Moore. Oh, base hit to right. Center field. So he's 2 for 4 today in his season debut. So Moore's on first. We're going to... Well, we don't need to guard the lines just yet. As Mullins hits a ground ball to Castillo, and they turn 2 to end the game. And finally, we break our 5-game losing streak as we beat the Sox 6-2. That was one we needed. Oh, there's a trade offer here from the Twinkies, and they are offering Gary Alexander, who basically is their backup catcher, and Billy Smith, who's a middle infielder, for Andy Replogle, who we sent down to the minors to get his shit together. Get it all together, get your shit together, put it in a backpack, and take it somewhere. That's, I don't know. People might or may not get that reference, but so no. We're going to say no to that. And let's pull up the standings. We're still sitting solidly in, I guess that's technically 5th place in the division with the Brew Crew. And Baltimore is not running away with it, but they are looking strong. Let's just take a look at the National League for the hell of it. St. Louis, Cincinnati still crushing it. Cincinnati's up 4 games right now with 25 home runs. Well, let's just take a look. Who do they have in their lineup? This is, of course, with DH. So, Ken Griffey Sr., Ray Knight, Gary Redus. They have John Hale, former Los Angeles Dodger, with 5 dongs on the bench. So, anyway, thought that'd be worth looking at. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and pull up the transactions. See what's going on today. Nothing new. Okay, we're going to pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. We're liking that 6-2 win. We'll take it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe once again if you enjoy this content. Hopefully, this is taking a turn for the better. Player of the game. This is a tough one. I want to give it to Rickey Henderson. Dave Rozema certainly deserves some consideration, and unless somebody feels differently out there, I'm going to give it to Rickey. Let's make Rickey feel good about winning a player of the game. That is his first on the year. As you can see over here are the leaders, and that's going to do it. Parrish, he got a double. Wayne Gross, pinch hit, home run. Rickey got his 4th, first as a Tiger. White Sox did nothing today. And that's going to do it. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.